So a few days ago, one of the presidents of Misfits Boxing, Kalle Suurland, did an interview talking about YouTube boxing where he gave a little hint of who KSI may fight next.
He loves this space, and there's a couple of names that we can't talk about right now. New to this space, but definitely not new to any sort of viewer because they're household names. There's two of them, and they said we've got big plans for two very, very big cards this year. I can't say further than that.
So it looks like KSI may be taking the same road as Jake Paul in terms of boxing. Suurland said that the two people they're looking at are new to the space, so I'm guessing they're not only new to YouTube boxing, but they're probably not too well known either. Now Kalle also talked about how there's gonna be two massive Misfits cards this year, and my question to you guys is, what do you think is gonna be bigger? The two Misfits cards or Arms Corleones? What? Like bro, that thing has to be like, what do you guys think? Comment down below. Maybe like, I'm thinking 12-inch, but I'm guessing the two massive Misfits cards are gonna be the second Prime card, which was previously mentioned, and also the Brazil card, which was actually talked about in this interview.
There was so much talk about a potential Brazil show. Is that still in the mix?
Yeah,
Whindersson, Nunes, obviously. I think Anderson Silva, Jose Aldo.
It's like a sort of prime card Brazil.
This would bring a big...
This would be massive. We've got a football stadium on hold.
Wow, a stadium.
March and May, 65,000. Wow. Yeah. No, we're not talking a small show in Brazil. That's what I'm saying. It's not like, oh yeah, we're going to do a show with a couple of thousand people.
No. Hold up, bro. The glazing by the interviewer is crazy. Kalle said they're going to have a football stadium. This man's like, wow. OMG. No way. Wow. Are you joking? Like bro, relax. What the hell? Okay, but because they're looking to do an event in Brazil, it has to be big. I mean, even the interviewer was mentioning names like Jose Aldo and Anderson Silva, which Kalle didn't deny. And because these big names were brought up, I don't think they need KSI for this event to do good, so I think he's probably not gonna be in it. So I'm guessing this is gonna be one of the massive cards they're holding this year, meaning the other one has to be Prime Card 2.0, which Mams Taylor actually mentioned around...
Huh?
Around 4 months ago.
I know Prime. We've had a chat in the group, and they already working on Prime Card 2. So that's gonna, I think, pretty early next year. Not pretty early, like mid next year. So that's gonna be
tough
big.
to top that last.
Now, Mams Taylor just said the second Prime card is probably going to be held in the middle of 2024, so maybe June or July, and that actually makes complete sense because after KSI fought Tommy Fury, he literally said he wants to take time off boxing and just relax, so with this card being around 9 months after the first Prime card, that gives him enough time to relax and get ready for his next fight. So overall, it looks like KSI is at least fighting once this year. It's probably gonna be in the middle of June or July on the second Prime card, and it's probably gonna be someone we've never heard of. Okay, real quick, let's see what people online are saying of who they think KSI's next opponent may be. So KSI's next opponent. Let's go on to latest. KSI's next opponent. Okay. Bro, what the hell? I didn't know you could get one on that machine. Did this man hit it with like his pinky nail, bro? What? Okay, that's crazy. Okay. Oh, and 31 with 31 KO losses? Wait. Bro, look at his rounds. Rounds 42. So if he's had 31 fights and in total he's fought 42 rounds, that means he's been knocked out most times in the first round. Bro, Eric Crumble, bro, step it up, bro. I think I can beat that guy up. What do you guys think? Okay, is there any more? Wait, what? It just went back to the top. Alright, bro, what is this? 1 in 49? Okay, relax. Okay. No. That's too far. That's too far. I think we no. Okay. Swiftly moving forward, we actually got some new news on a fight that was supposed to happen 23 years ago. KSI vs Jake Paul. OMG. So you know how KSI and Jake Paul's teams have been going back and forth at each other trying to negotiate a deal to make this fight happen, but they've never been able to agree on the conditions? Well, in this same interview, KSI gave his thoughts on the fight, and this is what he said.
Yes, of course, that Jake Paul fight is...
Do you believe that still happens at some point?
Certainly. You know, I mean, Jake Paul...
is it like an ego thing? Do they have to put egos to one side? And
he's trying to go down the almost traditional pro route.
Fighting on Serrano's undercard.
Yeah, it's like you can't make it up. You know, you've got a fight there where, you know, he could make, I don't know, anything between 30 and 100 million. Yeah?
Could that ever go to Saudi?
I'm sure, listen, if KSI Jake Paul happens, it could go to the moon.
Yeah, you know, it could go anywhere. It could go
anywhere.
Okay, hold up. In the beginning, this man was like, KSI vs Jake Paul is certainly gonna happen, but then 30 seconds later, he's like, well, if KSI and Jake Paul happens, it can go to the moon. What do you mean, if it happens? 30 seconds ago, you said it's certainly gonna happen, and now you're saying if it happens. Is it happening or not? What the hell?
We'd love to do it in the Sphere in Vegas or Wembley Stadium or something, but ultimately, yes, it could go anywhere. But, you know, I think, you know, it will happen when the time's right, as it is in traditional boxing, by the way.
Bro, what do you mean when the time is right? The time was right in 2018 when KSI drew with Logan Paul. The time was right in 2019 when KSI beat Logan Paul. And the time was also right in 2023 when they both agreed to fight on Twitter, with KSI saying 2023 and Jake Paul saying the same thing.
What?
But anyways, if this fight was to happen on Misfits, it's 100% not happening in 2024 just because the two big cards they talked about is probably going to be the Brazil card and Prime Card 2.0, which KSI is fighting on, but they said it's someone not from this space. Now, if I had to predict when this fight happens, I would have to pick this year. It's happening this year. I know it. I cracked the code. Just listen for me for like the next minute. So basically, because KSI only fights on Misfits, the company's only having two massive cards this year, and he's probably not going to be fighting on the Brazil card. That means theoretically, KSI is only going to be fighting one time on Misfits this year, unless they just lied and this is actually gonna be like 3 or 4 big cards. But if KSI is still 100% gonna be fighting and his end goal literally being beating Jake Paul, if he's not fighting him this year, he should definitely fight more than once to stay in good shape so whenever that fight happens, he's ready. Right? Like, why would KSI only fight once this year if he's trying to beat Jake Paul in the future, who's fighting like 15 times a year? Like, that's just dumb as hell. At least fight 2 or 3 times to make sure you're staying in good shape and fighting tough opponents. So that should ultimately let us know that KSI is probably gonna fight a pro on the second Prime card, which is happening in the middle of 2024, and then fight Jake Paul by the end of this year on a different boxing company because Jake isn't gonna come on Misfits. That's my prediction. Just to summarize, because I've been talking like a dumbass, basically KSI said that KSI is gonna be fighting. There's gonna be 2 massive Misfits cards this year, which is gonna be the Brazil card and the Prime card. But because the Brazil card has people like may have people like Jose Aldo and Anderson Silva, KSI is not gonna fight on that card, which means he's 100% fighting on the second Prime card. But that's only one fight. He's not gonna fight once. If he wants to beat Jake Paul, why would he fight once a year, right? Like, he's gonna have to at least fight twice a year, but the second fight is actually going to be Jake Paul by the end of this year. So you guys can thank me by liking this video. I know my intelligence is intellectually sestabulous, but I could just see it. I just saw the molecules aligning with the exertion mitochondria, so that's how I found out. But comment down below who you think KSI will fight next, and if we'll finally see KSI vs Jake Paul this year, and make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to never miss future videos.
I know I'll fuck up Jake, but right now I just gotta wait for the right time or for when all this shit is done. Bro. People are like, oh, just fight Jake Paul, blah blah blah, and I'm like, yes, I will. But if you're gonna give me less money than I did for fighting Logan, why would I do that? You know, right now we're in a pandemic. You know, money is low, everything's low, the economy is low. Why would I rush to fight right now? I'm waiting for this pandemic to be done, and then I'm gonna fuck him up. I'm gonna wait to finish all my tours next year, finish all my festivals next year, release my album next year. I'm gonna wait till all of that is done.
I'll probably end up at light heavyweight at 175, and that's, you know, where I should be. KSI will come to London. I will weigh 180 pounds for the fight.
So you would like meet in the middle for KSI? You would meet in the middle, like 180?
185.